Change of gear for this first hour after lunch, which is lifting our heads from the very specific things about the detail of qualifications, accreditation, and all those issues, up to a slightly higher level of thinking about where all this sits in the context of dance, the wider picture, and the arts in general. And we're very lucky. We've got three people to talk about aspects of that this afternoon, who I think will be extremely interesting and informative. We have, as I said this morning, apologies from Janet Archer, the Director of Dance Policy at the Arts Council of England, who can't be here because of a family illness. So I hope our thoughts are with her on that. But it does give our other three guests there's room to expand into. So we're going to start with Felicity Woolf, and what it says on the can is Director UK Operations, Creative and Cultural Skills. Felicity is responsible at CCS for qualifications, and her background is in arts education, policy, training, and those sorts of areas that are very, very relevant to what we're talking about today. So all of our speakers have been charged with trying to hold this damn microphone while following their notes and trying to operate various bits of technology. So I sort of crave your indulgence a bit, because there may be some serious juggling having to go on, but they're all terribly professional, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm going to hand the mic over to Felicity for now, and you can start.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Graham, for introducing me. Saves me going into my first slide any more detail. I've worked at Creative and Cultural Skills for about a year, and I'm very relieved to hear that I don't have to go into the detail too much of qualifications. It's taken me about a year to understand it myself, so I'm glad some of my staff were here this morning to do that for me. What I've been asked to do is to talk a little bit about what we do as a Sector Skills Council, and explain some of the things I think people find quite complicated about us. So, Creative and Cultural Skills, who are we? Well, we are one of, at the moment, 23 Sector Skills Councils. Who knows how many there'll be next week. And this gives you some idea of the kind of things that we are charged to do by government. Fundamentally, we're able to make a strategic intervention because of the way that we gather labour market intelligence. I think in many ways this is the most important thing about us. And labour market intelligence tells us who's working in the sector, what jobs they're doing, what skills they have. And with other contextual information, we try to find out where there are difficulties in recruiting, where people working in the sector don't have the right skills to make their business as successful as possible. So we feel that our LMI, our labour market intelligence, drives everything we do. And I think we're quite unique in the whole creative and cultural area of providing that kind of economic and business information. We put it all into something that's called our Sector Skills Agreement in consultation with employers from across the whole footprint that we work with. And this is our contract with government about our activity, and we update it every year. We're charged to update it every year. We called the first one that we did 4 or 5 years ago the Creative Blueprint. We have a warrant from government to have an overview of qualifications, and we have more qualifications in our sector than any other of the 23 Sector Skills Councils, which may be no surprise to you. Just to give you an idea, we have about 900 in our footprint, and the next Sector Skills Council down has 200. One of the things that we have to do, we're charged by government, is to approve new qualifications and to develop qualifications where none exist. So we're very much about making sure that qualifications, particularly what we call occupationally related qualifications, are fit for purpose. Occupationally related qualifications simply means the ones that say they make you able to do a specific job. there's part of the reason why there are so many in our sector is because there's lots of qualifications that don't actually fit you to do a job, but are general qualifications that are very much liked by learners, but are not necessarily specifically related to jobs. So some of these projects might be familiar to you. These are our kind of major products at the time. I'll just quickly nip through what they are in case you're not familiar with them. We're very proud of the fact that we have created the first what we called creative apprenticeship frameworks that there have ever been in our sector, and we are driven very much to do that by a diversity and equality agenda, because of course they offer an alternative route into a sector which has traditionally been extremely difficult to penetrate. Creative Choices is our online advice for creative professionals throughout their careers, generously funded by the Cultural Leadership Programme, which we're also a partner. You can see at the bottom there, obviously, leadership is what drives that particular programme. Our website also covers the whole idea of learning throughout the career. And we also have a National Skills Academy, which has been set up in partnership with 20 founder colleges in the FE sector across approximately 2 in each of the regions across England. And this is a network of employers and colleges working to develop and improve and recognise skills. At the moment, it's very much focused on backstage and offstage roles in theatre and live music, but we hope eventually that it will move out to cover all of our sectors, which includes museums, cultural heritage, visual arts, and so on.